Hello everybody, welcome to my latest video. This is on the recent update to Smalland. So the update came out on the 24th of May, 6 AM in the UK, odd time, but there we go. And it has brought quite a few changes, no additional areas unfortunately, but it has brought some additional items, etc. So first off, this one here allows you to summon strays that you've left in the environment somewhere. So if you've left a creature in the middle of nowhere, you can now summon them straight back to your base, which is nice. We also have all of these lovely little orbs. Now these are stables, and you have 3 different sizes. It doesn't really tell you that. It calls them wood, stone, and metal. But basically they are for 3 different sizes of creature. I have most of my creatures already in the stables, but basically you put them into your party. You can now rename your companions as well. So give it a name so you know which one's which, especially if you've got multiple of the same ones, because when they're in the stable, it's just the default image. So even if they are a different colour, it's not necessarily going to show you. So you can probably see from my 2 ladybugs, I've called one red and one old yellow, because I had a red one and a yellow one. So give them funny names, so I'm going to call my lizards Lick and Slimy. Don't ask me why, but I just couldn't think of a name. And we highlight one and then click Send to Stables. Now, you need a stables for every single creature, hence why I've got so many. And it doesn't tell you what size stables they are going to use. So I thought lizards are pretty big. In fact, I'd go as far as to say they are definitely in the medium to large category. So I made a lot of large stables. Turns out lizards are small, the same as ladybugs. Do not get that at all, do not understand it, but there we go. Now the benefit of the stables is they do not have to be placed on firm ground, and I say that in a loose sense. So you can position them right on the edge of a branch. It's almost as though they are like hornets' nests or wasps' nests, which can precariously hang. So I have some literally hanging off the side of the branches of my tree. You can put them absolutely anywhere within your construction site. So what that means is when you equip your building hammer, you will see a yellow radius. Anywhere within that, you can fit your stables. Now, I've got some that are, I'm going to say, in the way. You do not select which stables your creatures are going to be in. So if you're going to destroy a stables, just make sure you've got another stables ready. So if you've got 3 medium and you've got 3 medium creatures, for instance, and you want to move 2 of your stables, build an additional 2 in the new location before you destroy the others. That way, it won't matter. They will just transfer to the new ones. So small go in wood, medium go in stone, and large creatures go in the metal ones. There's not that much of a discernible difference between them, but to be honest, it's enough. You can tell the difference, size as well as the aesthetic. Now, I do understand, and I didn't capture for this, I do understand that there is a difference in how the stone now looks, and the stables do actually look pretty nice in their stone guise. You can see them just coming up here. So they kind of look more clay with stone mixed in, whereas before the stone buildings really did look more like they were covered in vines and were quite, I don't know, they were quite over the top. Way too many vines. What they have done though is they have also added in display items. So let's just finish taking a bit of a tour, but you can see, now I've got no creatures in the way, you can see that just to the left here, sorry, this is pre-recorded and I'm doing a voiceover, which is not helpful, but either way, there is a glowing green mushroom on the tree. You can now put decorative mushrooms around your tree. Also, as you can see from the map on the screen, they have 2 additional trees. Now you do have to do a quest to get these, and it's defeating 4 in total new tit birds. They are a special name. I can't remember exactly what they're called, but basically you go to Bonnydell, just in the Forgotten Monuments section, the new area with the mice. You go speak to her, and basically she will give you a quest to clear them out. You go to the 2 new trees, so there's basically the old park tree. That's now a usable base if you choose, but you do have to clear out these birds first. Now, one thing additional that is kind of interesting and took me a while to work out is now when you're out and about, you can actually summon your creatures from the stables. Now, it took me a while, but you have to use something called a summoning stone. The image is not very clear when it says you can summon them. For example, if I want to summon my blue tit here, so I go to my blue tit, I click summon, and it's got a funny little icon. When you click on it, it says you do not have 14 of these. Now, I was not really sure what those are. It doesn't explain this, by the way. You have to go looking for the information. And just as a quick tip, it is in the codex. But I went looking everywhere for these. I searched the internet and everything. People were saying you find them in events. You have to do all sorts of things. Ignore all of that. It's actually really straightforward. Basically, open your crafting menu and they're down the bottom. That's it. Literally, you use stone and insect gelatin, both of which are in plentiful supply around the world. In fact, insect gelatin you get from most things, over and above insect lymph, which you need for quite a few things in the world, especially clay. But that's how you get these stones. Now, there is some new equipment, one of which is this Rufus mask, I think it's called, and you get it from the Rufus-bellied tit, that's the name of the bird. So when you kill them, you can basically create this mask, which allows you to do a special thing when you're falling from great height. Don't ask me what it's for, but it's a special landing anyway. So it might be worth putting that on just to see what it does at some point. I haven't yet, but I may do in the future. I haven't built one as it stands at the moment. But other than that, there is not much else that they have added, especially not in the crafting area. There is in the build area, so there are actually 5 new things, sorry. So there are the 3 different size stables. There is the home calling symbol, basically, and there is a sign. So the sign you can place anywhere you want. One thing you can't do still, which is a little irritating, is you cannot name your chests. So if you're putting all of your items into lots of different chests, then unfortunately, yes, you are still going to have trouble and have to remember what's where. Now, Bonnydell has some additional dialogue lines, obviously, to give the quest to kill the birds. There is supposedly additional quest or additional vocal lines for some other characters. I haven't found any yet, but there does seem to be additional items in a lot of the crafting areas, including the workbench. Now, how you unlock those, etc., I have absolutely no idea. So that's going to take a bit more investigating. But I have to say, I have literally just finished completing a video series for Smalland, a full playthrough, and I recorded the last episode about 2 weeks ago. They haven't come out on the channel yet, so it's a bit of a spoiler that I am having a playthrough come through. It's a bit different, hopefully, so hopefully it'll keep people's interest, but it doesn't have the stables or anything else, so you're basically going to see this base all being built, etc. Not 100%, but you will see it expand, let's put it that way. But yeah, it seems to happen to me every single time. I finish a playthrough and an update comes out that changes loads of stuff and makes it loads easier or better. So there we go. That's just my life, unfortunately. So that is it for this video. I think the update is pretty decent. There are some quality of life things I understand. There are obviously new trees that you can use, so you no longer have to, I don't know, kind of keep your base so far away you have to build a second one somewhere else. You can still do that if you want, but there's no need to any longer. But either way, I think the update is a win in my case anyway. The only thing that I really wish they would add is the ability to name your chests. Please get to it. I've tried using the signs, but the signs are too big unless you use your chest side on. I put the end facing out to maximize space, and the sign is too wide, so I can't use them. You can put them on the floor, by the way, hence why I was mentioning that. But anyway, I'm going to leave the video there. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, and obviously found it useful. If you have, please make sure you do click the like button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. I do put out lots of videos on games like this, especially when new updates come out. So if you want to be kept informed, please do subscribe. Let me know down in the comments. That was really bad at England. I do apologise. But what I was trying to say was let me know down in the comments if you have enjoyed it, or if you enjoy the game, anything you found in the update, any wishes or desires you would like for future updates, let me know down below. It all really helps me out, and I look forward to seeing you for my next video very soon. And as always, you'll take care. Bye for now.